Hey everybody, it's Dr. Summer here. Today I have a question for you. Have you prepared for pregnancy? Now we know that the way that you prepare matters, and the way that you prepare could make all the difference between having a really easy and successful time getting pregnant, or maybe struggling a little bit, having it take a little bit of a longer time, and possibly even a diagnosis like unexplained infertility. So today I'm going to go through a few different things that you may need to consider if you're on your fertility journey, especially if you have been struggling. So things like the physical changes, the mental, emotional changes, things that a man can do in order to get involved in preparing for pregnancy as well, and then also how I can help. Now, physically, obviously, there are some things that need to happen in order for a pregnancy to occur, but something else to consider is the food that you're eating. So we hear all the time that you want to eat well if you are trying to get pregnant, but one thing to really focus on is to make sure that you are eating nourishing, nutrient-dense foods in your diet. You don't want to be restrictive, you don't want to deprive yourself of too much, but basically you want to make sure that the food that you eat is not only enough to support your body, but also gives your body enough energy to support growing another whole human being at the same time. So definitely make sure that the food that you eat is nourishing, nutrient dense. That matters. Something else to consider is your supplements. Now, especially during this fertility preconception time, there are so many supplements that you could take that they say could help your cycles or could improve your fertility. And while those may be good, at the core, you want to make sure that you are taking supplements that your body actually needs and in the form that your body can actually absorb. What you want to do is start from the structure of your entire body, so your cells. What do your cells need in order to function properly? Start with that, and then everything else will become a lot easier from there. So looking at your supplements, figuring out what you need and what you maybe don't need. Another thing that I always add in to couples, whether they're going through their fertility journey or not, but especially so, is regular chiropractic care. Chiropractic care is amazing at ensuring that your nervous system is functioning at its best, making sure your brain, your body are communicating properly. That means your reproductive organs are communicating properly, and you have proper hormone balance and stress response. So chiropractic care, for me, is essential for all couples who are going through any fertility preconception journey. Now, something else to consider that you probably haven't even thought about is, have you made space for a baby? Now, physically, have you made space in your home for a baby? Do you have a designated area where that baby can live, come home to? That is super important. The other thing is, have you made space for a baby in your schedule? So a lot of people these days run very busy lives, right? Like we barely have time to just sit down at a kitchen table and eat a home-cooked meal. So something that you really need to consider is, how does a baby fit into a schedule that's so busy like that? Babies take up a lot of time and a lot of energy. So making sure that you build in rest days for yourself, for your partner, to just kind of relax, do nothing. Those free days are actually super, super important. They are help you become more productive, but then also they're going to be very important for your health, for your mental health, and just overall for your energy as well. And that is something that could make a really big difference in your fertility journey. Something else to consider is, how is your connection with your partner? Now, I know going through fertility treatments and all of those things can be really straining on a relationship. And yes, while your goal is to get pregnant, you also want to make sure that you are still having that intimacy, that connection with your partner at the same time. Because once you have that baby, you're going to be parents together. So you really want to make sure that you feel safe with your partner, that you have that support system, that you feel connected together, because ultimately you guys are in this together. And that brings me to my next point. Fertility is a shared journey. So men are 50% of this equation when it comes to pregnancy, right? Well, new research has found that those who are struggling with a diagnosis of unexplained infertility, 80% of those couples actually have a male factor influence in there, which means that male fertility is a lot bigger of a problem than we previously realized. So making sure that the man in your life is metabolically flexible, has an adaptive immune system, and is able to control his stress response, all of those things are incredibly important and can play a role in the severity of your morning sickness, the risk of miscarriage, and other complications during pregnancy, labor, and even postpartum. So it's super, super important in order to get the man involved, and there is a lot that men can do in order to prepare for pregnancy. Now, with the Schaefer protocol, the preconception work that I do in my office, we focus on all of these things and a lot more. So we cover 8 different essentials of health to ensure that you and your partner are ready physically, mentally, and emotionally to help create a radiantly healthy baby and an amazing pregnancy. Now, if you are struggling on your fertility journey, or if you have even been diagnosed with something like unexplained infertility, that just means that you haven't found the practitioner that can answer the right questions. I have a different perspective. I ask different questions so I can find different answers. So if this is something that you're interested in, if you want more information, there is a link below to contact me. We can schedule a complimentary consultation. We'll talk a little bit more about your history and figure out if you are a good fit. Now, if you have any other questions, feel free to message me. Otherwise, I hope you all have a great day. Bye.